Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the afternoon show. I'm your host, Gabriel Luna, and you're listening to Coog Radio. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest here in the booth today. Please give a warm welcome to President Bladimir Munoz, President of AMSA, American Medical Student Association. Welcome to the booth, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, tell us, what grade level are you in, sir?
I'm currently a senior.
And your major?
My major's in biotechnology.
Nice. It's kind of strange that a tech major is in a medical student association. What made you choose that?
Mostly because I applied as a bio major when I was transferring to community college, and I didn't get it because I didn't have the math courses for it. So they put me in biotech, and I was like, well, what's biotech? And they kind of explained it to me, so I was like, this sounds interesting, let me stay with it. And I learned a little more about it. It's a lot about the manufacturing of biological products and like drugs and things that help out people. So it's a lot of that aspect of it. So I was like, I find this interesting, so I'll stay here. And I've stayed in it for about 4 years now.
Interesting. So speaking of it, tell the good students out there, what is SA?
So AMSA, is the American Medical Student Association. So we're the only nationally recognized Premed Organization on campus that has chapters in both undergrad and medical schools as well. So we offer our members a wide variety of opportunities, such as volunteering events in U of H and around the city as well. We host workshops such as Premed Path workshops, MCAT workshops, application process workshops. Everything you need to know about being a Premed student. This semester we're implementing a mentoring program with where we're pairing freshmen and sophomores with upperclassmen, and we're also pairing up our membership with current medical students. So they're getting that very personal one-on-one guidance from current medical students. We also do medical school tours, and at Baylor Medical School, we go to McGovern. We also do UTMB in Galveston. We offer suture clinics, CPR trainings, and stop the bleed trainings. We do fun socials, like we've held Halloween socials. Last week we did a game night. And we also host an annual banquet at the end of the year. We also offer a wide variety of discounted MCAT prep courses. We do shadowing opportunities with doctors in the medical center, and we also offer leadership opportunities.
Sounds interesting. A lot of good stuff out there. You're doing a lot out there, isn't it?
Yeah, we try to cover all our bases, try to offer as many things as we can to our members.
Yep, that sounds like a lot, but can I ask you, what makes your group different than most other medical groups? I mean, I know that there's a pharmacy group out there that does with pharmacy, and I'm pretty sure there's other kinds of med groups out there, but I've never heard much. But for those wondering, what makes your group different from them?
Yeah, so we get that question a lot, especially when we're at CATSPAC and we're talking to different people that are looking at organizations. And the thing that I always tell them, you can probably get most of these opportunities here and there at different organizations, but for me, especially when I was a member and I was looking at what organizations to join, the reason that I liked AMSA so much, and we joke about this a lot, but we're called AMSA, but we like to call ourselves a family, because for us, it really feels like that. We're all just members and officers that like to hang out and learn about different opportunities, and it feels like a family, because for us, everyone's path is unique. We don't try to pretend like we're all 4.0 perfect applications. We're all human beings. We're on this path that it takes a long time to get to where we want to be, and it's very possible that you make mistakes along the way. So we try to provide a community of support for our pre-med students. We want people to feel comfortable to learn with us and to also ask questions with us. We try to encourage people to ask those questions that they would be scared to ask in another, say, organization where it seems like it's very cutthroat, or it seems like everybody's like the perfect applicant, because for one example, we have a community, a group meet where people ask questions, where we have a medical student as well in there that helps answer questions. And one of the questions that one of the members asked, they said, I failed Intro to Bio 1, and that's, one of the entry-level bio classes. They said, I failed the class, are my chances done? And it's kind of the perfect stigma of what it's like when you don't really understand much of the process. It can be very scary and confusing. And for me, that kind of highlighted the point of somebody that kind of messed up once, and they said, well, my chances look like they're done. And we had somebody come in that said, I've already interviewed at different medical schools. I'm in the process right now, and I got a F in Bio 1 as well. It kind of gives that level of support for students to say, okay, let me ask this question that I would be afraid to ask. And you have people that are giving them real answers, that they're human, and they're sharing their own mistakes to kind of give them guidance and kind of give them reassurance that, you might make mistakes along the way, but here's the way that you can fix that, here's the way you can bounce back, and this is a way that you can see that your path is not done. It might just be a little bit harder or it might be a little bit longer, but you can still get there. So that for me is why AMSA stands out, is that we provide that level of support for our members by offering them support from our officers, from their fellow members, from fellow medical students that are here to help, and the physicians that come to talk to them.
That's very good. Sounds good. I took a few bio classes back in Lone Star College. In fact, I tried taking an advanced one, but I didn't do so well, so I went back to the electives and I did better. I guess the medical field isn't best for me out there. Even though, can I ask you this? Has your mother ever tell you, go be a doctor, go be a medical student, be a surgeon, that kind of thing?
She definitely used to say that all the time when I was little. It kind of stopped in high school, and then I'm the one that kind of reintroduced. I remember the first time that I told her, I was kind of scared. I was like, do you think I could become a doctor? And I was a sophomore in college already. I wasn't a young kid that was thinking about, I was already basically over 18. I was an adult, and I was kind of scared to ask her, but she was like, yeah, you can do it. It might just be that the mother's intuition to always support her kids, but she believed in me, and it was enough for me to kind of push through it.
That's very good. Man, moms can push you harder before you start saying, okay, I get it. So, now, is there any upcoming events that you want everyone out there to know, like something going on this week or next month, anything?
Yeah, so tomorrow we're starting our first mentoring night. So Wednesday we're going to be pairing up our our membership with upperclassmen. So our freshmen and sophomores are going to get introduced to their mentors that are upperclassmen. They're going to help them about what classes to take, some pitfalls to avoid while you're at U of H, and any questions that they may have. In the later part of that night, it's going to be every member pairing up with a medical student. So this is going to be a very personal one-on-one. You get to ask more close questions with them. It's a very close kind of mentoring night. So that's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday. And you can find it's going to start at 6:30, but you can find the sign-up link for that and the location and all that on our website, which is amsahouston.com. That's AMSAHouston.com.
Capitalized?
It's all lowercase.
Yeah. And what building would it be at?
I believe it's in McKilney Hall. I never know how to pronounce that word right.
I bet we can't pronounce most of the buildings in the school.
Yeah, it's like McKilney Hall, something like that.
McKilney Hall?
McKilney, yeah.
It's like me kill you?
I would hope not.
So you heard it here, folks. If you want to join that event, go to their website, amsauh.com. Is that correct?
Yes, and we also have a couple of other quick ones to announce. We have our second general meeting, where we're going to have Dr. Magami, who is a surgical critical care general surgeon. That's going to be on February 5th, which is 1 week from now, on a Tuesday. It's going to be in Agnes Arnold Auditorium 2 at 6:30 p.m. You can also find the details of that on our website. And just some quick follow-ups after that. February 6th, we have a Stop the Bleed, which is a bleeding control training. And then February 11th, we have a suture clinic where you learn how to sew cuts. So those are some cool things to look out for.
Nice. Yeah, I've had a few surgeries. I don't know if you can see, but right here, underneath my eye, I had a plastic surgery once.
Oh, wow.
I had a big pus deep in my skin. And I tell you, with my medical insurance, it was a long wait. I had to wait like 3 months just to see the doctor.
Jeez.
Just to take a look at it. And they told me the surgery would happen next year. Plastic surgery, too, because we're talking about underneath the eye. If I went to a regular surgeon, they'd be like, D. But a plastic surgeon, they're like as neat and clean as a professional.
And they'll make you look handsome.
Well, I'm still working on the handsome part. But yeah, I will tell you this. It was a doozy, but I had pictures of the stitches. I've had a few cuts and stitches on me in the past, but this was a major one I had back in my day.
And right under the eye, too.
Yeah, definitely under that. God, when they stuck the needle in, yeah, I felt it, I saw it, and then they cover it. I look like that guy who was from that one movie of aliens. Don't know which one, but yeah. And now, one more thing. Before you graduate, Mr. Munoz, any advice you want to give to any students, whether they're in the medical path or any other career path, what would you tell them?
So I guess looking back at my time, I'd say to kind of always remind yourself of the reason why you're pursuing what you're pursuing. Because, it can be a very grueling process, whether it's trying to get into the medical field or you're trying to break into any type of career path that you're going for, and sometimes it can be very discouraging. I mean, you can have good days and bad days, but I think you have to hold on to the reason why you want to do what you want to do. You have to find that inner motivation, that inner fire in your belly to kind of keep you going on those tough days. And I mean, if you can hold on to that and push through all those hard days and just really take in the good days, I think that'll really help you push towards the end.
Very well spoken, sir, because it's a hard path out there, no doubt. Many students just starting out the new year, it's spring. They probably struggled in the last semester and they're hoping to do better this one, or maybe they are struggling right now even though it's just the third week. But I get it. We all have different lives, we probably have different jobs, different meanings, different responsibilities even. However, what you said is true. Never forget why you came here. Never forget the goals you set before you, because that's always a good anchor and goal side of mine. So I was always telling my friend, everyone's got a different path to success. There's always going to be hurdles and loops and cracks on the road. And truth be told, the road hasn't changed. The path isn't longer. You just haven't gone through it yet. So, one more question, sir. And this is the last question I always ask my guests, because I like to know what this phrase. If you all go downtown and take that busy traffic, you're always going to pass that one message on the train tracks. What does be someone mean to you?
So, be someone. That's kind of one of the main motivations of why I decided to go pre-med and pursue this path, because as we were talking earlier before we went on air, this is my 6th year in college. So the year coming out of high school, I wasn't really a good high school student, and didn't graduate with too well of a GPA, kind of focused a lot on kind of playing sports, and graduated, then you're kind of hit with the reality of now what, right? And so the first year and a half, it was a lot of self-reflection and kind of getting down on myself about, I didn't take any of the opportunities that were given to me in high school. I didn't try enough. I didn't get anywhere that I would have wanted to. But you know what? I would just kind of kept searching, and I knew I wanted to do something with helping people, and and it goes back to that phrase, the be someone. I wanted to be someone that I was proud of, somebody that my younger self could be proud of looking forward. So I wanted to be someone, and I kind of looked into myself, and I said, can I do what I want to do? And so, I mean, along the way, there were some health problems with my family. We were in the hospital, and I kind of saw what it was like to see doctors caring for a patient that, I mean, they couldn't help themselves, they couldn't do anything, and they were showing compassion, and their intellect and their ability to care and to talk with the family. That kind of really changed my perception of what that kind of field was, and I never had a doctor. I didn't have any health insurance at the time, so that was my first experience, seeing a doctor in that setting. And it was very inspiring for me, and it kind of, like we talked about earlier, it kind of put a flame inside of me. It kind of gave me this motivation. So I had to do some self-reflection, and I said, I don't think I'm smart enough to do this. And I mean, to this day, I don't think that I'm very smart, but what I told myself back then is that I told myself I might not be as smart as everybody that might be applying, but I'm sure as heck gonna try 2 times as hard to get to that level. And to that day, that it went back to that phrase to be someone, and I said I want to be someone, and I'm gonna try hard to be someone that I'm proud of. And here we are to this day right now.
Nice. Very good, Mr. Munoz. Thank you for answering that question.
Thank you.
So, one more thing. If anyone wants to reach out to you and your group, where would they go? Facebook, social, what do you got to give?
So we have our website, which is www.amsahouston.com, AMSA, A-M-S-A, Houston.com. We also have Instagram, and our @ is AMSA Houston. Our Twitter is the same handle, AMSA Houston, and our Facebook page is UH American Medical Student Association.
Thank you very much, sir. Any last words for you, Cougs?
Just keep grinding out there, enjoy the process, and let's make it to the end of the year.
You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm round of applause for Mr. Bladimir Munoz, President of AMSA. When I come back, I'll continue on with my show, so here's a short music to get to the break.